Over America.
All right, Joe Popp Over America with another helmet report. Oh yes, I am leaving New York, coming from far Rockaway, New York, and heading towards Bethel, Connecticut. Had a great time in New York. Got in Friday, and I headed right to work. I had a bunch of data to do, data movement to take care of, so I went right to City College of New York, where my job is, and dumped off a bunch of data to my QX2 Other World Computing RAID that they so gladly sponsored me. Moved it from my Mercury Elite Pro drives, and just really great to have them on my side. Carrying 12 terabytes on the bike, and filled up a good amount of it, and I was able to dump it off to the RAID at work, so that was awesome. After that, I headed to my friend KP's house because I was going to be staying there. So dumped all my stuff off and sat with KP for about 5 minutes, and then headed right to the gig. I had a show at the East Village Vintage Collective on 12th and B in the East Village. And Megan, who was the production coordinator on the Popp Over America pilot, owns the store. And she has just been amazing. Her and her boyfriend Alex have just been the kindest people to me. Anytime I want to play, they let me play at the store. And I always have a decent crowd there, always some new faces there, so that was just a great time. And you know, we always bring our own beer, and people buy a bunch of stuff, and it's just a great store. After that, we hung out a long time after the show, pretty much a few hours after. Went back to KP's and called it a night. I actually hit Kennedy Fried Chicken, which is right around the corner of her apartment in East Harlem. And I used to live above a Kennedy Fried Chicken when I lived in the East Village, so it was a little nostalgic for me. The chicken is pretty gross. It's very greasy, but you know, when you get a belly full of beer, nothing beats a greasy piece of chicken. So after that, we called it a night. Drank a bunch of Gatorade, a bunch of water. She just had her apartment renovated, so she has all these cool Murphy beds. So I slept in the Murphy bed downstairs, and just a really nice apartment. Next day, slept in a little bit. KP and I both slept in, you know, just chilled out. And she lives right near Patsy's Pizza in East Harlem, so that's one of my favorite places for pizza. So we had to go there. And I twisted KP's arm. She's trying to do a gluten-free diet, but she's like, if I'm going to eat gluten, Patsy's is the place to do it. So we had some delicious Patsy's Pizza. And after that, headed home, chilled out, took a nap, you know, catching up on sleep, you know, running on empty here. So just trying to get as much sleep as I can. And then we just had a bunch of people over. She has a really nice apartment, so we got a bunch of food, and my friend Kel came over. He was out hanging out, and he's like my brother from another mother, and KP's my sister from another mother, so we're like a little New York family. So Kel, KP, me, Kel brought some friends over, Reggie and Kim, who were some of his students from his Krav Maga class, and just had a really great dinner. Told a bunch of stories, you know, stayed up way too late, and called it a night. Packed it in, back to the Murphy bed, slept a little bit. Then I was going to play a show in far Rockaway Beach, actually, Arvern, at the Rockaway Brewing Company out there. So hopped on my bike. It's about 40 miles, but man, the traffic is just awful these days. Anywhere you go from Manhattan to any of the other boroughs, it's just really tough. But slogged along in the traffic. Finally got to the Rockaway Brewing Company. Pulled my bike right into the place, and parked it there for the day. And then I met my friend Cammie. We had lunch at the Bungalow Bar, which is one of my first places I went to when I lived in Rockaway. I was in Rockaway for about 6 months before I started this tour. So Cammie and I went to the Bungalow Bar, had chicken wings, some chips, and went back to her place, took a little short nap, and then she dropped me off at the gig. And I was supposed to play at 7, but there was nobody there. at the Rockaway Brewing Company. I mean, there were people there, but nobody I knew, so I was going to try to wait till some of my crowd showed up. And they trickled in about 8 o'clock, and I played about a 50-minute set, and it was a great time. And hung out there for the rest of the night, catching up, seeing a bunch of old faces. My friend Cosmo was there, my friend Shane was there, John Baxter, bunch of people from Facebook, just a bunch of really cool folks hanging out. Max Power, my buddy, who helped me book gigs and stuff when I was in Rockaway. He's a great guy, so it was great catching up with Max. And I saw Tiffany and Warren, the two bartenders. I really like Warren and Tiffany that worked there, so it was really great seeing them. But I miss my little Rockaway family. I don't think I'm going to be able to move back there because of the commute to City College, so maybe I'll end up spending a winter out there or something. I don't know. But after that, headed back to Cammie's place. She let me sleep in her basement. And just a great night. Lots of cool people, lots of good food, friends, beer. Awesome. All right, now I'm on my way to see my old friend Jay up in Bethel, Connecticut. Popp Over America, over and out.
Popp Over America is made possible by support from Alto Music, Arai Helmets, Corbin Motorcycle Seats, D'Addario Strings, Hoffy Carbon Fiber Cases, Michelin Motorcycle Tires, Otherworld Computing, and Cena Motorcycle Bluetooth devices. Stay tuned for the next episode of Popp Over America.